Hi, Rohan.
Hello. Hi.
Can you see me?
Yeah. I can see you.
The
Yeah.
light is a little quirky today because one of the lights comes off. So I was just wondering.
Sorry?
I said one of the lights in the room comes off today, so it might be a
Oh,
little dark. See me clearly.
no. Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. So to start off, Happy New Year and
Happy New Year to you.
thank you. And so let's get going. Uh, Currently, where you find yourself in your career, when you look back at 2021, how would you put it in perspective?
2021 was actually a great year in terms of even performance and the preparation, and I had a lot to learn because actually in the lockdown it helped us a lot. Golf course was open, so there was a lot of stuff that I could work on in all the aspects of the game actually. So that was actually where it all changed. And the next half of the season, that was the whole season actually. So we started late, and it helped me in that, and the performance came through that. So overall, I think it was a good year.
But I guess what you haven't mentioned is that your 7 year wait for a win on the amateur tour finally
Yeah,
came about. In fact, it was one after the other almost.
yeah,
Prestige and
Noida.
yes.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to do before I turned pro. That I wanted to win an event before I turned pro because, I mean, it's just one of the goals I had. So I started playing amateur to when I was 18, and today, I mean, actually, I was when I was 18. Today I'm 26, so it's been a long time, and this was the first year that I won the first event, and then the second one came right after, so it was really great.
So I guess that proves the point that if you stick to your goal, it more often than not you pull it off.
Yeah, sooner or later.
Yeah. But tell me, I mean, it's all very well to say that stay patient, follow the process that as the golfers like to put it. But on a personal level, when you're on your own and you kind of set yourself a goal, how tough is it that when you see that you're not able to achieve it? I mean, when just on a one-on-one basis.
Uh, it is quite tough, but then it is also, again, it depends on having realistic goals. So when I set up this goal of winning an amateur event before I turned pro, it was 2 years back. It wasn't before that, because before that, I mean, I understood that I'm not good enough to at least win the event, but that time I had goals such as, I need to be top 10 in the country, or top 5 in the country. So having realistic goals actually helps. Otherwise, it can be really demotivating.
But as you said, of course, in your case, it would be first you told yourself that you have to get better to be up there, and then the next step is to win. So, did those two wins, and then of course you went to Dubai for the Asia Pacific Amateur. All these three things put together, did that kind of help you decide that now you were ready to turn professional?
Uh, Actually, I had three goals in mind. One was winning an event. The other was being India number one, and one more was that I shoot double-digit under par at least in two events for the 4 days. So after my first win, I was already looking forward to turn professional. So, but going on, everything else after that was a bonus on that note. I mean.
The second half, actually, things fell into place one by one. I mean, you won Prestige, then Noida, November, Dubai happened. Never mind if you kind of didn't make the cut, but that kind of exposure very few people get. And
Yeah.
then ending the season as India number one. So I guess now that you are ready for that leap of faith, as the people call it, shifting
Yeah.
from amateur to professional golf, I guess there's a lot you can look back on and with
Sorry, I didn't get you on the last part.
I said when you, as you're ready to for that leap of faith, as I said, you'll be going to Q school in a couple of days' time. So when you look back on the season gone by, there's a lot you can draw from.
Yeah, actually. The best part is that I'm very confident about turning professional. And the event I played in Pune, that was a professional event I played in Pune. So I finished 24th even after a bad start. So um, I mean that's given me confidence that even I can perform on the Pro Tour also. So that that really helps a lot.
So you've now had two starts on the PGTI, Kalhar at the start of last year, and then Pune happens to be a home course also. What kind of notes did you kind of jot down from an amateur golfer's perspective?
Um, Kalhar actually, when I shot first day Kalhar, I shot about 3 under round, which got me, I think, in the top 15 of the first day list. And then the second day I had a bad one, I missed cut there. But so that is the biggest difference I felt in amateur and professional golf is that a bad round on the amateur circuit will still keep you in the competition on such days. But
Hmm.
there's very little margin of error on the professional tour. So more than more than how well you play, it's more about I think how many less mistakes you make while you're playing. So that was the biggest thing that I in my personal game I have to look forward to or work on.
Any thoughts on the 69 on the first day at Kalhar and the 81 on day two?
The 69 was I've actually been playing Kalar for a very long time, so I really like that course. And 69 was well, I came out with a very decent feeling, but when I saw the list and my name up there, it was really great. The second day, actually, I tried too hard and push myself in more into it, but that didn't really work out. So, but overall, the game was good and I was playing well, which continued. So.
From your perspective, what works? I mean, if you push yourself really hard, or you kind of, do what is required and let the result take care of itself.
I mean, you really need to keep it. I feel what I works for me is keep it simple and do what you've always been doing. If it has to come, it will come, or you just work hard and do it again. You can't really push yourself at that moment and get something, but that will be one off, won't stick around.
So, any notes that you'll be carrying forward to again Kalhar, where Q School happens, drawn from your two starts on PGTI?
Yeah, I've actually worked on a few things on my approach shots and playing in sections more than just because it's a very different golf course than golf course like Pune Club where I play every day. You really need to hit your balls in that section of the green. So that I've worked on. So hopefully that will help.
So, Rohan, growing up in, you've been throughout based out of Pune.
Yes.
So, for you, how does it work? I mean, as you said, you played Kalhar a lot of times, obviously for tournaments also, and maybe also during practice. How does it work for you? I mean, do you like traveling across the country, trying out different golf courses because sometime or the other you're going to be there competing, or you kind of choose to focus on the Pune club, and of course maybe you have Oxford on the outskirts.
Yeah. So I actually like traveling. I mean, can't really stay for a long time in Pune unless I have some work to do on my game. But if I'm playing well, I'd rather move around and keep playing. But mostly it has been Kalhar and the Gaikwad Baroda Golf Club in Baroda and BPGC or Oxford. So all these are close by, and every golf course is so different that you get a kind of an idea of like all the different situations you might put in. So that really helps, and I like that. So I mean, last lockdown, I actually spent the whole 1.5 months of the lockdown in Baroda and Ahmedabad. So that was fun. So I keep moving around. I like that.
I mean, this has now become very cliched, but talking about lockdown diaries, any particular stuff that you kind of, or rather, did you kind of rediscover yourself as a person, as a golfer?
Ah, not really. I mean, I the first lockdown, I spent the whole lockdown not playing golf at all. I I didn't. I had lost touch with golf for like 2 months completely. There was no golf in my life. And then again, when we started back slowly. I didn't want to rush into it because it was very uncertain as to when everything will get back to it. And I wanted to wanted to take a long break as much as I can. So
Hmm.
I didn't really push myself into it. And that was, I like that.
So talk about your Dubai experience, even though never mind the finish, but in terms of opening, widening of horizons and the overall experience of competing against a world class field.
Uh, it was amazing, obviously, and luckily for me, I was put into the featured group for the first day. I was playing with
Okay.
world number one Nakajima and the two-time champion Yu Lin, and we had cameras all around us. We had a camera team, one for each player, and that was a completely new experience for me. But playing through that and keeping still, still you have to you got to play your own game. So both matching that up it was a great experience and it was amazing fun. I missed the shot by a shot, but the overall experience was really good. I was playing well, just didn't get the greens right. That cost me, but otherwise it was really fun.
Never mind, that's all part of the learning. I mean, it's what you come
Yeah,
back with. So, what was it kind of,
yeah.
as you said, each camera to a person, to a player, was it kind of unnerving given that, what golfers have to put up with in India, you pretty much all by yourself?
Um, I think it depends, but for me at least, it was awkward on the first couple of holes in the starting, but then they're not really in your way, so it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, I got used to it
Okay.
kind of quickly, so
Yeah, I mean, that's of course the case, but, are you one of those guys who likes playing to the
oh
galleries?
yeah, 100%.
Okay. I mean, that kind of,
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
But normally, what kind of a person are you on the golf course? The chest thumping type or the quiet guy?
Uh, Kind of both, I guess. Actually, when I'm playing well, I'm very quiet. But when I'm not playing well, I need to pump myself up, and that's when you'll actually see the fish pumping and everything going on.
Okay. So somebody kind of who comes from not exactly a golfing center, because Oxford came into being, I remember, if I'm not wrong, 2009. Before that, you had
Yeah.
pretty much Pune club. So for someone growing up in such a center, because a lot of junior amateurs in different parts of the country, they have faced this. Kind of pulling yourself up, telling yourself that I have to need to compete with the big boys, Bangalore, Calcutta, Delhi. So in your case, how did you do that?
So to start off with, my coach was really helpful in that case, actually, Aditya Kanetkar. He's based off Pune too, and I started golf with him. And going up, so when even I asked him the same thing once, was that we don't have anyone over here. There is no competition in Pune. And
True.
I'd rather go play somewhere where there is competition and, get used to it before the tournament or something. So that's when he actually told me is that you have the advantage of being the only good one over here. So you can actually feed through that, and when people are looking up to you, you can get better and better, and give them a bigger goal to achieve. So, which has actually turned out to be well. Today, I've been number one for 2 years, and today we have another junior playing here who's number one, Divyansh, and another girl, Tara, Anuradha Chaudhary. She's number one too. So it's been a great this thing where people are pushing themselves to become better and better. So I actually like that than actually like going somewhere and having competition and playing there. At the end of the day, you have to play your own game. How does it matter if you're practicing alone or practicing with someone?
So I guess it works differently for different people.
Yes.
So uh, when do you leave for Ahmedabad?
I'll be leaving on the 6th or the 7th.
Okay, so now that you are familiar with Kalhar, you've played that course a number of times. Uh, is this the first time that you trying your hand at Q School, or last year did you kind of give it a shot?
No, I didn't. This is the first time. I was going to last time, but I had the Australian tour at that same date, so I didn't make it. Yeah, this is the first time.
So, of course, as you said that you've made notes on what needs to be done, but any one point that will kind of stand out for you as you tee off at Kalar?
What do you mean? One point as in?
In the sense that, in terms of course management, if I can put it that way.
Yeah. So the key for me is I feel is that the fairways are very big at Kalar, so you tend to get a little loose from the tee box.
Right.
So for me, I like to pick up pinpoint targets and hit the fairways. So because otherwise over 4 days it might just I start missing fairways because it looks so big that you feel that it's okay to miss it a little bit, but actually it's not. So and once you're in the fairway, it becomes much easier. So that is where I'm actually focusing on.
So, Rohan, this time a lot of young amateurs are have queued up for Q School. So, for someone, say you are over the years picked up a lot of experience, but there are 16, 17-year-olds who will be trying their hand this time. So, from a amateur golfer's perspective, how do you realize that you're ready to make that jump? Does it come from inside, or is it that kind of you know that you're ready?
Uh, I feel you shouldn't. I mean, there is a feeling from inside, but you should keep it aside because then again, sometimes you're not thinking straight. But the numbers will always tell you the right thing. So if you're scoring well, your scoring average has to be low. I mean, if you don't feel you're going to win on the professional tour, there is no point turning pro. That is this thing. So at least with your numbers and with your game, you should feel that you're going to win on the professional tour. Only then you should turn pro.
So
I
I
mean,
guess the
otherwise you'd rather struggle on the amateur tour than struggle on the professional tour.
oh
It's going
yes,
to be
that's
a
right.
struggle. Yeah. So that is that is what I feel.
So I mean, you just brought out a very pertinent point that you rather struggle on the amateur tour than struggle as a pro, because at the end of the day
Yeah.
you're playing money, you're playing for a livelihood. So during the time when you trying for your breakthrough win on the amateur tour, did you think of a plan B? Say
Um,
suppose the two wins had not come about. Did you ever think of a plan B?
no, never,
So you're pretty much
never.
certain that this is the route you're going to take.
Yeah. I mean, I had to do this, and doesn't matter how long it takes, you have to do it.
So I guess
I
family
just feel if
support
you
is
have a plan, yeah, amazing. Family's been amazing in this sense. Everyone around me actually always supported me, and I just feel that if you have a plan B, it's a cushion for you, and if you try and lean on that cushion, then you're not going to get to where you want.
true, true, true. Right, Rohan, thank you for taking time out. And
No problem.
here's wishing that your New Year aspiration comes true. And
Thank you.
hopefully, we'll see you very soon on the PGTI.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.